I think Jeremie Frimpong is coming to Liverpool this summer, and I'm going to give you 5 reasons why, and then we're going to look at some of his stats and see what is Jeremie Frimpong really like. So let's dive right in. First and foremost, Jeremie Frimpong's manager at Bayern Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso, is leaving for Real Madrid. So yes, there is going to be motivation for not only Frimpong, but I think a lot of other players to leave. Those big names that had such an amazing season a year ago, names like Frimpong, Hincapie, and maybe Florian Wirtz. I think the guys at whatever that club is that I was just talking about. I can't think. Leverkusen. I think they're going to cash in. And I think players are just going to want to get out of there and go to a club that has, a little bit more stability, because who knows what's going to happen there. Leverkusen probably not going to attract, major managerial names. So Frimpong will want out, and I think his destination will be Liverpool once that happens. And then here's a big reason why I think Liverpool will go after Frimpong. He would be a homegrown player. He would tick that box, right? So Trent leaves. Well, Frimpong comes in, and because of his time, he has spent 9 years in Man City's academy from 2010 to 2019. He qualifies as a homegrown player in England. So that's a major quality that would be a huge win for Liverpool if they secured the signature of Jeremie Frimpong. He'd only cost about £35 million, and that's his release clause from Leverkusen. I think it's easily affordable for Liverpool, and we've seen them spend that much money really on names that are not super duper exciting. But I think Frimpong is an exciting name. So £35 million for a guy with Frimpong's abilities, his flexibility, his versatility, and his connection to the team, I think would be immense. I think it'd be really good deal, really good value there. There's a Dutch connection, of course. Now, I'm not putting a bunch of stock into this because, Dutch players, England players, Spanish players, whatever, German players. But I think you'd already have a good rapport with Virgil, Gakpo, Gravenberch, and probably even Slot. And I think there's something there, having played together in their national team. I think there's value in that. He's not coming in cold. There would be some chemistry there already. And I think there is a little tinge there of, little magic there, little Dutch magic that I think Liverpool would want to see how that works. And then here's probably the biggest one. I don't think Frimpong only needs to play right back at Liverpool. I think he could split time with Salah on that right wing. I think there might even be other areas of the pitch that he could contribute to. Because, his defensive numbers are no bueno. We're about to look at him here. I'm going to show them to you. But Frimpong could easily play in different parts of the pitch. And just think about Frimpong, maybe not as a starter right away, but coming in as a late game substitute. It'd be so dangerous. So dangerous. But let's look at some stats here. Clearly one of the best attacking fullbacks in the world. You can see his numbers here. These are stacked up against other fullbacks across Europe's top 5 leagues. And he scores and he assists from that right back position. So some of the biggest numbers on this sheet right here: expected goals, 98th percentile. So he's getting into those positions. That means he's getting into dangerous spots. And then the net expected goals and expected assists, very, very good as well, 97th percentile. So he's just really, really good at getting the ball forward. Progressive passes and progressive carries. Progressive passes received, I should say, 99th percentile, which means, again, he just wants to get forward and attack, which is probably why his defensive numbers are not very good, but we'll look at that. Okay, let's look at these. Shots on target, very, very good. I think that's a quality Liverpool would really want from him. When you have teams, I think a lot of teams next season against the Premier League champs are going to play those low blocks, and I think we need a guy like Frimpong who can get into those dangerous positions and get shots on target. We've struggled with that in the past. All right. Goals, non-penalty goals. I don't know why. Oh, expected goals, -0.4. I don't know what that means. We'll just move on to his defensive stats. Yes, Jeremie Frimpong is not a world-class defender. You can see these stats here. A little concerning, maybe a lot of concerning. But again, this could come from potentially a system at Leverkusen that requires Frimpong to attack a lot. They play with that back three, like center backs, and it allows Frimpong to get forward quite a bit more than other fullbacks would. And that is going to skew these numbers. So it could be a system thing with Frimpong. I think obviously, the dribbler's tackled percentage is one where it's like you don't need a ton of volume for that to be so poor or better. So that one's a little interesting. But everything else on here could be contributed to. He just doesn't have to defend a whole lot in Leverkusen's style. So I don't know. The defensive stuff could be interesting, but I think. I think he could do a good job at Liverpool. So I think he's coming, guys. I really do. I really think Frimpong is coming. There's 2 names this summer that I think Liverpool are signing. And I hope maybe there's more than 2. But if I had to only pick 2, I would say it's Milos Kerkez and it's Jeremie Frimpong. I'm really serious. Let me know what you think in the comments. Some of you will probably disagree, but I'd love to know what you think. So get them in below. And as always, up the Reds.